For now, you just finished your task at Dol Goldor, and you need to head back.
Oh, okay, so we're not in a fellowship phase right now?
No, you'll get there, assuming you make your the journey. I'm going to keep it.
Woohoo! I like that threat.
Okay, so you're heading back, and while you're eager to get out of the fens, you still feel the oppression from it. So I'm going to need another wisdom save for more corruption if you're still in there on your way out. DC 15.
Woohoo!
So 1 point of shadow for
One
failing.
set. Yeah, for me. I was testing some stuff and had my set to whisper to the GM, so I should turn that off. But yeah, I failed my own save.
Still got 10 more shadow before I start going mad, thankfully.
And on the second night, I get another one. Failed again. Now that night, we struggle again with the darkness, and when morning comes, for once the fingers of the sun reach into the gloom of the fens. Swamp bursts to life as many creatures that call it home greet the new day. Radagast is cheered a bit by this too and begins telling stories about some other past adventurers, their lives and ambitions. He's usually not very talkative, but we're all enraptured by the tales he's telling and can recover 1 shadow and 1 exhaustion.
Thank you, Radagast.
And we continue on. Doesn't look like we're going to make it out of the fens on the first day of the normal pace. Radagast suggests that to get out of the evil place, we push ourselves. We have the option to take on to make it. We'd all have to make a constitution check, and anyone who failed would get a level of exhaustion. But we'd make it out of the fens this day. I wouldn't have to do another roll for the shadow.
I've got no exhaustion, so I'm fine to even just give it a shot and fail if I have to.
Yeah, I'm at 0 exhaustion as well.
Same here.
Yeah. Yep, the silent one pretty eager to get out of these fens. So everyone can make a constitution save. DC only 14.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, silent one's not doing a lot of this stuff. He gets a level of exhaustion.
Did we heal our hit points and stuff during this, or I don't know how that works during travel?
But you can use hit dice, I guess.
Yeah, use hit dice. That's about it.
So it's like taking a shot. I'll be telling stories.
Cool.
Other than that one, Radagast is.
I am hurting badly.
Well, I guess that's fine.
Okay, as we're continuing on, we've gotten out of the fens, but still not exactly in the festive territory, and having a little trouble. Our food supplies are getting low. Who is our hunter?
You.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I'm in charge of this. So I noticed that one of the deer that I caught one morning, Radagast actually speaking with. And after Radagast leaves, it still seems not wary of us because we're part of the party. If I take a point of shadow, I can choose to kill it with ease, just automatically succeed, or I can leave Radagast friend be and try to hunt on my own. We'll have to make a survival check to find food that isn't his friend, but I won't take the shadow. I think the silent one's not so hungry yet, and Radagast has been so helpful that he's going to leave that deer be and try. But if I fail, we're all going to get a level of exhaustion. So hopefully I can pass something for once. So I can add a D8. How do you know the D8 saved me?
Heck yeah.
Nice.
So it was a close one, but I managed to get a couple of decent-sized birds and bring them back to roast up. So we eat for a little longer. The hunger's pushed away for a bit. After that, we continue northward and make it back to Rosgabal, and without any further issue. We can make the arrival roll first.
Oh no.
And with the terrain, that's going to be a -1.
Arrival in poor
no.
spirits. Beset by foul moods and short tempers that they must work hard to throw off. They are considered disadvantaged on all rolls pertaining to social interactions until such time as they succeed in one of these rolls. This penalty will apply if they seek an audience at the destination. If there is a single upside to this dark mood, it is that they are so spoiling for a fight that each member of the company receives advantage to their initiative roll should they find themselves in combat at their destination.
So we show up just covered in mud and hating every second of it.
Yes. I know. I lost my cloak. I'm all soaking wet,
I lost my lucky
covered
ring.
in mud. My boots
Now we're screwed.
stink. My boots are full of water and they stink now.
Gonna have to spend days polishing my armor.
Radagast says, I do have things to take care of. Some of this news certain people need to hear of it, but I would like to reward you. You were a great help on this expedition. I believe I have something around here. Let me move us to Roscabal. So he starts searching around in his hut. Eventually manages to find a pouch with some coins, and there's enough for 50 silver each. You see the coins are definitely old from some forgotten kingdom. You don't know how long he's had it, but the silver is good enough, and it should count as be worth basically what a silver coin should be.
Wow. Thank you.
Also, something a little more useful at the moment. You seem to get into dangerous situations fairly often. I think I had something around here. He goes back to rummaging and comes out of the closet or something. Hopefully this will fit well enough for one of you. He's holding some heavy mail that is cunning make. It's old, but quality beyond what you normally see. Our AC is 1 higher than normal heavy mail. It's half the weight. The strength requirements are lowered by 3. And the user no longer suffers disadvantage on stealth checks from that.
So can anyone use heavy armor except me?
Nope, I can only do medium.
Not I, said the cat.
Yep, go for it.
All right, it's mine then.
Yep, miraculously enough, it does fit you well enough. You're probably going to need to get some minor adjustments made, but you believe they're smiths well enough to fix it up without ruining the cunning make.
Okay, so you said it's +1 armor class, half the weight, and no disadvantage on stealth?
Yep.
Sneak tank. The stealth tank is invincible.
Stealth tank who attacks twice per round?
Nice.
Though I guess in MMO terms, I'm a blink tank, because regular tanks don't really exist in D&D.
It was about a month of travel from midsummer that getting there and back again, and summer's waning now, and we don't really have any current plans. So Everick, seeing there's no new adventures to be had, bids a group of you farewell. Says it was definitely interesting again. It'll be a lot more tales to tell this time. I'll be keeping an eye on things around here. Hopefully we can do this again.
Sounds good to me.
And I bid them farewell.
I especially like the part where nobody died.
That was
There was only one, to be honest.
Now it's the fellowship phase. And remember, anyone who takes oh yes, Radicast did bless us all too, as well. So anyone who takes Remove Shadow gets double the reduction and a guaranteed at least 1, even if you fail.
I've got 4 shadow points, so that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, Emmerich will be making use of that as well. Probably going to do for his other one. This will be a double one again. Another year will be passing. He'll just try to look for romance again there around Woodman Town.
I guess holding upkeep checks first.
You know, there's no rush if people want to think about, decide what they want to do. Yep, you can work on those.
Yeah, there's a holding one too. So D20 plus.
Holding upkeep 16, which is a failure.
Wait a minute. Don't forget to add your. Oh, you already did. Your proficiency
Let me look.
bonus.
At the end of the year, sometimes there's a modifier. Nope, nothing special about the upkeep.
Okay, so I have to pay 1 gold.
Yes.
Oh, but before you do that, well, what I wanted to do was spend one of my. Ben, you had said if I spent
Yes,
one
if
of
you spend
my.
one of your actions to teach.
Yeah, but we'd have to do that after the upkeep check anyway, I think. Because I think the upkeep is the start of the fellowship phase.
Oh, I thought it was the end of the year.
It's just I don't think it. I don't remember the rules. If it says one way or the other, we should follow that. But I don't. I'd say you could do it before if it doesn't specifically contradict that.
I wasn't planning on doing anything with my holding this year, so it doesn't matter to me. I guess if you're planning to upgrade, then it would matter. You'd want to upgrade first, but anyone planning to do that?
I'm planning on upgrading, but I thought upgrade came after for some reason.
I think there was a specific order for upgrade versus.
Yeah, I think upgrade comes after. But if you're even if it doesn't help you for this year, are you still interested in learning the farm?
Yeah, but would that take my fellowship action too?
I would say that it's just something you're teaching while you that she's like following you around, teaching you while you're doing other stuff.
All right, sounds good then.
Okay, so I'll do that for one of my fellowship actions, and the other one, I've only got 2 shadow. I'll have to think about the other one. One thing that I do want to do, did he open shop, that woodwork, the toy building guy, or did he, because he said something about it only being a one-time thing, but I assume that meant the price,
Freebie.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the cheap price. Yeah, the cheap price.
Okay, so the normal price for pipe supplies is 5 silver pieces, but I would like one carved with a woodland scene and maybe some ruins in the back along the ball.
Yeah, that level of work is probably going to cost you about 20, 25, we'll say 20 silver.
20 silver. Okay, I will do that. During some point of going over to Bill's, I'm going to give it to Bill as a gift because he doesn't have any pipe.
Oh, thank you.
Sure thing.
So I want to take the heal corruption action. So that's an
Yep.
insight check with advantage.
Yeah, you always get advantage. I'm trying to remember what the advantage is coming from.
Your advantage in a sanctuary, and I think your
Oh, yeah.
your farm that you're
Yep.
holding is automatically a sanctuary,
Yep.
right? Awesome.
Boo!
Well, at least you got one.
And now Radagast's blessing is gone, and if I want to take the action
Which
again,
page with that? I'm going to do it too.
So what was that?
I said, do you know what page that was? I was going to do that one too.
It is 201, and the blessing doubles it, right?
Correct, and guarantees at least the one. I'm just failing everything. Can't roll at all tonight. Hopefully for you guys, that works on the GM side too.
oh, I failed too. For my second shot at this, I lose the blessing, or do I keep it?
You're blessed. If you take it again, you can still get the bonus.
Okay, good. There we go.
Advantage, that's right. Which means I passed. Regular passing. So that gets rid of all my shadow points.
All right, I'm going to roll my standard of living.
I'm going to go looking for girl again. So that's my other action. So I'll get advantage on that D100.
Oh, it's been over a year since I had been back, since it was summer now. So I'm going to roll with disadvantage plus advantage. So it's just going to be a normal roll for me.
In the
I can't roll anything. I do that right. Hover over. Oh, I did 1D100, keep one instead of 2D100. So yeah, let me roll another one and see which is higher. Yeah, 41 still the best. Can't even break 50. Boring romance.
So I want to roll to try to advance my current romance.
Sure, you can also just roleplay that. You don't have to roll for it. If you want to, that's go ahead.
Okay.
Specific rules for that. So make up your own.
All right. I think I might as well roll for it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go with we're corresponding by letters. He's a one of the tower guards in Minas Tirith. I'm figuring this would be probably an arranged relationship.
Okay.
So I guess the role would be, convincing him that it would be a good idea to move out to Mirkwood with me.
That sounds reasonable.
All right, so that's just another D100.
Yep.
And so I'm using a fellowship action to get advantage on it. 99.
Pretty good.
Oh yeah, he's moving out. I'm pretty sure.
He's already here. I'm gonna go with his name is Halbarad.
Is he going to be a house husband, or is he going to come out with us? Or is he just going to be a guard at the farm?
Maybe he can be the guard chief of the village, captain the watch or whatever. I figure a regular guardsman at Minas Tirith is probably better than the best guardsman here.
I mean, Hound.
I mean, Minas Tirith, greatest city of men ever.
Yeah, but you're just kind of like saying that the Hound's people suck at guarding themselves in their own terrain.
I mean, have you seen Minas Tirith? Its name literally means Tower of Guard.
Anyway, Ebert's, even though the romance is a little more boring than expected, he's going to keep it going. A little plain looking, just a ordinary seamstress, we'll say. Not very exciting, but who knows how long he'll live? He may not have too many more chances.
By the way, what was the outcome of Bill's 23?
Oh, you rolled that.
Yeah.
Yep. One-sided admirer. Someone you're not very interested in has got an attraction to you now.
And I rolled an 8.
Okay, this is a good one. Your family, a patron, or even a well-meaning friend tried to arrange a match for you, but you find the match very undesirable for some reason. Unattractive, unpleasant, too.
This is exactly what you were trying to avoid.
That was exactly what I was trying to avoid.
Good at this with your backstory so well.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you've settled down and you're trying again.
Yeah. I think for second action, I'm going to go hunting for supplies again.
You were doing one to teach.
Right. I was doing one to teach, and
That
then
wasn't an action. You took it with the regular roll. Got it.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, that your romance roll is just a regular roll, not an action.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
18 on survival for that.
I think I've done everything I want to do this year. Or is everyone else okay?
I need to sell my old armor.
And I need to know what I get with an 18 on survival for the hunting for supplies.
Yeah, where's the? I got to find the herbalist. That's a pretty good roll.
It starts on 154. And then it goes to 155.
What did I say that you got before?
I have been getting 2 Athelas and 1 Hagweed.
We'll say you got the same, plus you found one white water lily.
Ooh.
And do I have any trouble selling my old armor?
No, you do not.
I'm going to buy a new set of traveler's clothes because I lost my cloak, my boots stink, and I want to burn these clothes to get the feel of our last adventure off them. I was really scared of that place.
I mean, that like month or so was so fucked up. It took the rest of the year to calm down,
Yeah.
and that's with like doing that on purpose for me.
I think everyone's done their actions.
I am.
Yep. Just
Yeah, I'm done.
buying some supplies.
You hear a rumor that Viglin the Cruel tried to seize the forest gate. Bjornings object, and the two sides have clashed under the forest eaves. Initially, the Viglin's men had the upper hand, and several Bjornings are slain or taken prisoner. But then they glimpse a bear moving through the woods and flee, fearing the wrath of Bjorn.
That doesn't bode well.
There is a trade fair being held here that you would know because it's being held in Woodman Town. So you'll know that immediately. So for the end of this year, you'll get an easier holding upkeep. You have stopped hearing reports of any of strange murders, the so-called ghost of the forest, or the rumors that have been spread about that. It seems to, whatever was causing it, seems to be gone. No one still has 3 shadow. You all got rid of it, right?
I have 2, but
I'm at 0.
I
Zero.
think I'm going to use hagweed to one of those hagweeds I found to remove one. Yeah, I will.
It's just a little extra for anyone who had at least 3. So no one gets that. But some people have been reporting disturbing dreams in the area that of an eye, of the towers being raised, stuff like that.
I'm sure it's nothing.
I mean, certainly I'm not going to be around to deal with it.
Anyway, that spring there's an envoy from the East Bight. Saywin has sent. He's looking for some able-bodied adventurers with the task, trying to gather up anyone who's interested to help aid their allies in East Bight.
Aid them with what?
Well, if we're interested and show up, they'll tell them. They'll explain more. But for now, all you hear is that they're in Woodman Town asking for adventurers. I assume we're all going to go. Ebrick's going to be there.
Yeah.
If you head
Yeah,
that
no.
way. He's kind of
Let's
been
go.
staying in that area, so you'll find him already there. So, I knew I told you they'd show up. When there's adventure to be had, these fine fellows are always there, willing to help. And you won't find a more able group anywhere. You're in, right?
Yeah, why not?
What are we in for?
The envoy at this point starts talking about how there's been talk of seeing glowing lights and dancing amid the long barrows where their ancestors lie, hearing groaning voices echo from the deepest tombs. Hunters have reported seeing the Hall of Ghosts. They also discovered 4 dead men killed seemingly by fright. All of this going on, Saywin has decided that something must be done. So following the advice of seers, he's decided that the dead must be honored with a gift. So he's already sent a commission to a dwarf smith to commemorate the deeds of the Northmen of old. It's a pretty valuable gift, and news of it's already started to spread. He's afraid that there might be those who want it and wants it protected on the trip back. He's not confident that people he has available to send would be enough to guard it, so he's hoping to get some able-bodied adventurers who could handle any trouble that might stir up and make sure it gets from Lake Town back to East Bight.
Now, the person carrying this gift wouldn't happen to move faster than we can walk, but slower than we can run, right? I've heard bad things about that.
Yeah, so we will guard it, and no trouble will come to that. I guarantee it.
Well, we won't cause any trouble. Trouble might show up.
And we'll handle it if it does.
Hopefully. Just being honest. So it's departure roll time?
Yep, sounds reasonable. If no one else has anything they want to ask or talk about or do before we go. We should probably plan the route, though. There are a few different ways we could go. Everyone wants to pull up the map.
That as well. $23. Just making sure I'm up to date with all the latest gossip. Rumors. What's going on outside the world.
You hear rumors of dark stirrings in the south. And a lot of talk of that in those dreams I mentioned, that pretty widespread.
I was hoping to hear something else. Anything else but that.
So looking at the map, it looks like we can take the southern route, which is shorter but goes through the forest, or the northern route, which is longer but has the road.
Yeah, most people will tell you if you ask around that the two main routes that are generally used, the safest but longest is to, in both cases, you want to generally head west out of the eaves into the vales and head north from there. The safest route is generally to go all the way north and then travel east across the Gray Mountain Narrows, or that was. Lately, news has been that goblin activity has been a lot stronger, and it's not as safe as it used to be near the mountains. Your other option is to just head to the forest gate and then head east across the elf path. It does mean traveling through the Mirkwood, but the elves try to keep it fairly clear. It's a lot safer than any other path through the Mirkwood. And it might actually be safer than the Narrows now while also being quicker.
So that was 3. There was the mountain pass, the elf path, and what was the other one?
Just go through the Mirkwood, but that's
Oh, no.
everyone will tell you that's crazy. Yeah.
I'd kind of like to see the Great Mountains. I've never been that far north before.
I'm good with that.
Sure.
It is, well, it used to be the easier path, it looks like, from the severity chart. So our adventure is going there and back? There and back again?
To Lake Town, then south to East Bight, and then back home. I guess that would be another option too, is heading south and crossing the narrows of the forest to East Bight and then heading north from there.
Oh, gotcha.
The same way we'd probably head back after we get to East Bight. That's a less direct route still. We're going out of the way south first, just to go further north. We'd have to pass through the long marshes in both directions.
I had enough of marshes for...
Yeah, me too. This is going to be long, so I want it to be easy.
I don't suppose there's any way we could hire a boat at Lake Town?
Yes, you definitely can. It's recommended to do at least part of the river from Lake Town on a boat south until you following the river running.
That sounds a lot better than going on foot through the marshes.
Yep.
Yeah.
That would probably be the plan from Lake Town until get to the end of the river and then travel on foot to East Bight. For now, we only need to plan the trip to Lake Town.
Okay, yeah, so we've decided we go north around the Gray Mountain Narrows and go to Lake Town from there. Is that the consensus?
I think so.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
We should get a nice view of Erebor on the way there, too.
We're going to have to push ourselves, though. It's a long journey, and I know it said somewhere the date. There's a date in the summer that it's supposed to be ready. Whatever. I'll make it up. It's sometime in the summer. So we should get started as soon as we can.
All right.
That's
Of
cool.
course, we'd like to finish the whole journey this year instead of having to winter somewhere.
Did you say this is going to take a whole summer?
It could potentially if we're slow. I mean, it's a pretty long journey, round trip.
All right. I guess I will. We need to do anything else?
If we really tarried.
I'm sorry?
I don't think it would. If we stuck around in Lake Town for a while sightseeing and did a bunch of other stuff, but yeah, it shouldn't be an issue. So did we get the departure roll? I forget.
I didn't do it yet. We were talking about how we were going to go. 14.
You haven't done a very clear
That's
thing. The terrain when it's mixed for the journey. We'll say in general, a penalty of 1 for the terrain.
Still gives us from auspicious beginnings, right?
Yep.
Got it in your bonuses and then the -1. Okay.
Yep. So the company sets out upon a path that will likely show them wonders long since forgotten or into dangers that most would quail at the thought of. But the auspices are good, and should the company be true, they will surely prevail. As a result, add 2 to the rolls on the journey events table. Additionally, rolls made to determine the initial outcome of these encounters should be made with advantage.
Awesome.
The journey begins. We head west out to the East Anduin Vales. Start heading north from there. It's a pretty uneventful early part of the journey. Eventually, as we've gone a fair distance north, across a number of beehives. Look out, I want you to make a perception check.
I have advantage from this beginning, right?
Yep.
26.
Oh, yeah. You notice that most of the beehives here thought of getting potentially some honey for their provision. You notice that they actually seem to be well managed, and this likely belongs to the Bjornings. They might not appreciate us messing with their hives, but following a bit of a hunch, you actually look around and find that do manage to find one hive that appears to be wild, where some partial swarm had gone off and after breeding, found off in the forest a bit that you could get some honey from.
Sweet.
The next time we would have got exhaustion, we can get a treat of honey to help ourselves and prevent that on the journey. Next time on this journey, if we would get exhaustion, we could ignore it.
We have successfully role-played Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, I was going to say we got a poo potion.
Nice.
There's only one way to eat it, and you got to stick your entire hand in the jar. Just
As we're traveling, I'm going to point out I bought a healer's kit, so if I ever go down, someone could help me up. I'm not sure who's trained in medicine.
I've got a +3, but I'm not trained.
Okay. Well, I have one on me in case it's needed.
And I know where it is in your pack.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm a weird breed person who has good memory. I will remember it.
Nice.
So the journey continues through the East Middle Vale, past the Bjorning territory, and up into the East Upper Vale. It's a little bit hard sometimes finding food, given this isn't our usual territory, so it's keeping on track, but nothing terribly eventful happens. We're getting by. We're pretty experienced adventurers at this point, so we continue through the East Upper Vale, finally reaching the Grey Mountain Narrows. We begin to head east from there as the days go by. So far, we hadn't been having pretty good luck. No real issues with the goblins we'd heard rumors of, although I'm going to need the guide to make a perception check.
The guide?
Yep, the guide.
Okay.
I
have advantage because my dog gives me advantage, just to let you know.
Okay.
Whoa, not that it would have mattered. Good puppy.
You spot the trail that's being used a bit, and you're afraid might actually be a goblin trail, and take us a little away from it, hoping to avoid the worst of that. So continue on without any immediate issues. And continue heading east. Now, one from the scout, a survival check to find that's a good campsite.
All right. Woo!
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I actually have advantage on that, don't I?
Yes, you do. Yep, so you find us a nice, well-protected site away from the weather. Has been a bit of rain, so it's nice that we got out of it and were able to rest well that night. But however, the following night, we're going to need, all of us will make perception checks.
Oh, wait, is this advantage as well?
Yeah, we can have advantage on this.
18.
16.
20.
You can roll again for the advantage if you want, Lady Tolthrill. But
I did. I got two sevens.
Oh, I see. You got the other one. Yep. Lady Tolthrill, you're asleep, and you're going to get a surprise round before we wake you up. But we hear noise in the night, something moving towards us. It's enough to wake up most of us. Are sleeping pretty lightly in this dangerous area. But the Lady Tolthrill is a sounder sleeper. We get her awake, but she's going to be surprised in the first round.
Would we have our armor on?
Probably not. Unless you've established you generally sleep in it. So yeah.
I would
Yes,
only.
I would have mattered how dangerous we thought the area was.
But you would get exhaustion, right, or something, if you slept in
Yeah,
it.
I forget what the rules are for. Is there a roll, or you just automatically get the exhaustion?
I don't
I don't
know.
know for sure.
I guess we generally would not have because
I'm going to let the lookout have one extra perception roll. If you get high enough, we'll say we saw signs of this coming and we're prepared. So, Colin, that's you. One extra
Sorry,
perception check.
I had a cat emergency. What's up?
Yep, no problem. I'll give you one extra perception check. Say maybe you noticed, if you roll good enough, that you noticed we're being followed.
Advantage or just normal?
I'll give you advantage on this that actually have come first. Oh, yeah. You noticed the night before that as we were leaving in the morning, there were some signs that you caught some movement before the sun had come up. Nothing followed us during the day, but you're still a little worried. So we were on guard for this night. As you kept insisting that you saw something that looked kind of trollish. So everyone was prepared, proper.
But just in the story,
wearing armor because we're pretty nervous about the signs of a troll stalking us.
I'll say. Anyone got a pocket of
And
sunlight?
during the night, not long after full dark, spot a large shape moving towards us. So I'm going to move us to this map.
wake up, it's a fucking goddamn piece of shit troll. Told you I'm not crazy.
Yeah. Seems a bit larger and meaner than the average troll, too, now that we've seen many to compare it with. From stories we've heard, it's actually more impressive than we expected. Tasty treats thought they could get away.
I have been ordered not to feed the trolls. Sorry.
Okay, we're good.
E. How did the hound still beat me with both characters? Damn puppy.
I can't believe I rolled a crit on a initiative.
Just an eager dog.
Yeah. Trolls.
Maybe she smelled it already and was like trying to bother us, and we're just like, eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Avia goes.
Okay.
Tavia, don't die. What's your move? 40. Okay, right there. Avia will move there and move in for the bite. 19.
That hits.
And I'm assuming it's not a medium-sized creature, right?
It's large.
Yeah, okay, so I don't get that disadvantage thing, but at least I bite. 4 piercing.
Yeah, it goes into the thick hide, but bites at it. But seems to do a little more than scratches.
Yikes.
Hardly notices. And the hound.
All right. Are these trees like cover or anything, or are they just...
So you can get cover if you want to get behind it. You would definitely get cover.
Okay. I'm going to take some cover and then fire an arrow. 14. Probably miss.
Glancing blow that just bounces right off its thick hide. Hits one of its. It's got some makeshift armor that are bits and pieces of smaller armor from probably from people he's eaten before.
Cool.
Shit.
Okay, that's it for the hound.
Bill Sedger.
I think I'm just gonna move up 30 feet or 25 feet and take cover. Does the silent one use a bow or a crossbow
Bow.
or anything?
Yep, got a short bow.
Well, then I'm going to give you the gift of a warden.
Okay.
Something cool.
Yeah, so thankfully with the dog there, if I manage to hit and actually roll something decent tonight, I'll have sneak attack. Attack roll. Let's add that in. It hits.
Yay!
For 16 piercing damage.
Sweet.
I just realized that my ability is only a bonus action, so I could actually get up over here. Might as well, since I'm not going to get cover or anything.
Yeah, that arrow sinks into its shoulder and it growls a bit at that. I'm going to cook you slowly. Lady Tolthriel.
5 more minutes.
But does that mean that Bill gets to attack, or?
I need the dash. I just
Okay, gotcha.
over and figured might as well.
You're not actually surprised because of what happened. You're in your armor and everything.
Oh, okay, so that
Yep.
perception roll didn't do anything.
We I went back and decided that Bill was spotted it based on his extremely good roll. So we were all expecting something.
Let's see what we get.
So annoying and pestering, you guys just gave in.
All right, I throw a spear at the troll, which
Nope.
does.
Bounces off the piece of armor.
That's my turn.
Okay, so the health troll sees Bill in front of him and just got his big club-like weapon, but he just, which you're watching carefully, but instead he just goes in to bite you.
Oh shit!
15
That does hit.
for 7, assuming piercing damage. And when you're distracted by having a giant mouth gnawing at your arm, now he swings at you. For 15 again.
Yep, that still hits.
For 15 bludgeoning damage.
5. And my hit points on this token are wrong because I'm supposed to have 38 total.
Must have copied and pasted from a spot where I hadn't fixed it yet. Let me see.
Yeah, that's the annoying part of these tokens.
There we go.
Perfect, thank you. So yeah, no, I'm alive, but for a round.
Back to Avia.
Avia bites and misses.
No good. The Hound.
The Hound, I just counted this out. I will move here and hit Bill with a healing hand for 16.
Hooray!
Oh, I forgot. I actually threw 2 spears at the troll.
Oh, yes. Throw your other one. Oh, and this is.
Ooh, 16 armor class, we know. And since that was all of my movement, I will stay there.
Post turn.
Does this guy count as an orc?
Let me look. I think trolls might be orc kind. Let me look.
Well, it probably won't matter, but I'm going to use my spear of orc slaying to try and beat him up. And I miss. Probably because I'm disoriented. And then I'm going to use my Song of Slaying this time. So please remember you have a D4 on your next attack. This one is not. It's interesting because it doesn't actually give you a die.
That's
You have
troll
to use
kind,
attack.
not an orc.
Well, I missed, so it doesn't matter. But I'll keep that in mind for the future.
The silent one moves to get a clear shot. And shoots his bow. And hits. I won't even roll that d4.
I mean, if you hit, you don't have to. But
You could use it next time, right? It's not like it has. Oh, on their next attack. Never mind.
Yeah, this one's, because it
Yeah,
hits
it's
everyone,
one-
it's powerful. But sneak attack is still broken.
That's awesome.
This one sinks into the other shoulder, going even deeper than the previous one. But Troll's feeling these wounds, but it's still in pretty good shape. Lady Toltriel.
Well, my spears are bouncing off it, so I charge forward and draw the Star of Rovanion.
And just miss.
Thank you.
Roll your d4. Yep, you're good. You hit.
Heh. 6 damage. Then I swing it again.
Yeah, you definitely hit.
Another 6 damage. Then I action surge.
Yep.
7 damage. 13 damage.
Yeah, your flurry of 4 blows has left it pretty wounded. You've sliced it up good, and it's bleeding fairly profusely and very angry right now.
Ha! Take that!
It's mad, very mad about those sword slashes. So assuming you're done,
Yeah, that's all I can.
it's going to try to retaliate. Maul you right away. 20.
This.
So your first blow bounces off your shield, and its bite doesn't even come close.
I thought trolls are supposed to be scary.
Avia.
Avia bites. 13 misses.
Hey,
The Hound.
Let me see. How
I'm
are
here
you?
with my guy. She gets a D4,
Oh yeah, Avia gets the D4.
just like everyone else.
Yep.
Woohoo!
It's
Avia hits. Thank you. You inspired my dog. Woohoo! 7 piercing. Chomp, 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 chomp. That's max damage. And you're looking good, so I'm going to go back to shooting. Are trees cover for these guys? I'll go this way. I'll go that way and fire at them.
Well, it shouldn't matter. There's no way the troll can take cover behind us.
I thought anytime you're firing through friends, it was.
Well, I wouldn't. I think it wouldn't apply if your target is bigger than your allies. Like the troll is way taller
you
than
could
we are.
you could argue that you have a clear line of shot at the top, but it's still partial cover
right.
by rolls. So
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to move there anyway. Don't like the fire toward friends. And 13 misses.
Bill.
Maybe I can just do it. Maybe I can actually hit on my own. Actually, I'm going to use my great spear for this one.
That's a great spear.
20,
Oh yeah.
Spear.
11 piercing.
Right in the stomach, and it groans, clutching at it, but still fighting to stay standing.
And then I give the silent one my last warden's gift.
I'll see if that D8 saves it. It does. Inspired by Bill. This one's for you, Bill. Sends an arrow right through his eye to finish it.
Woo!
Nice.
Gotta remember to thank Radagast for that armor. The troll would have clobbered me otherwise.
Oof.
What do we know? Do we need to set this thing on fire to kill it, or do we know?
You can roll a, I guess that'd be Shadow Lore or something.
Shadow Lore.
+2. What do you got?
+2.
Yep. I have +2.
No one is trained in it, I guess.
I'll give it a try. 8. I probably don't know.
All right, I'll try it.
Yeah, you're both pretty. The Hound is thinking about setting it on fire, but Lady Tolfield says, "No, it's pretty dead. Sunlight will take care of it. Even if it were still alive, it's not moving before the sun comes up. Yeah, trolls don't have any special need to kill them. They just turn to stone if they're in sunlight."
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're different than D&D trolls. Good to know.
I'm going back to bed. After taking off my armor this time.
Yep. The troll seemed to have been a lone troll, as we're not bothered any further that night, and we continued east the next morning and over the following days and weeks, make it out of the Narrows and southward through the northern Dale lands until we reach Lake Town.
Nice. Arrival roll?
Yep.
4 minus 1, so 3. That's not going to be good, probably. Arrival in poor spirits. They are
Same as last time.
Same as last time. Yep. Yep.
Smell like troll.
It's a long journey.
It's so gross. You just ruined the whole thing.
Really gone downhill from auspicious beginnings.
It was a long time. Yeah, that's why I was wondering if auspicious beginnings gave you a better chance, but no.
Ah, there it is. The very end of summer that it's ready by. There we go.
So we can spend a night in Lake Town, take a long rest, right?
Yep. Actually going to be there. We managed to make it through quick enough. We've still got weeks to blow in Lake Town before it's actually ready.
Time to go
We can
see
do sightseeing.
all the sights in Lake Town. I hear there's a lake and a town.
There's boats and a lake.
Yep. I'm going to say we're here long enough that we get a single, even though it's in the middle, I'll let us have a single fellowship action.
How's everybody doing with their shadow?
Completely cured thanks to that blessing.
I'm at 0.
Yep, I'm at 0 still.
Okay, cool.
I guess I'm just going to research lore. Well, first I'm just going to say I'm researching lore for artifacts that may be available somewhere. Or like ruins, I guess. So DC 15 lore for me. With advantage. 23. So I guess my 3 questions would be what are the 3 closest ruins? And you don't have to say like exactly where they are now. I just want to say I know where they are.
Yep, the Lonely Mountains are still, although they're being rebuilt, and there's still a lot of unexplored areas around there, and that's the largest section of ruins from the old dwarf lords before Smog drove them out.
It's maybe good to know if we're bored on the way back or before we want to head home.
Nice.
I think, based on my previous decision, I'm going to have to give Everick a point of shadow for this, but he's going to go out carousing, looking for girls, even though he hasn't broken it off. He's still not very excited with his relationship. He's going to see what they've got here in Lake Town, tell some stories, give himself advantage on that role, and take a point of shadow. Yep, he's awful at this. An actual one, a natural 1 out of 100 was one of them. He hadn't had advantage. He'd have gotten the special thing I made up for really bad. That's what he gets for cheating.
There you go.
He gets another one-sided attraction. That seems to be a very popular role.
I think I'm going to use my action to go introduce myself as the Gondorian ambassador to whoever's in charge of Lake Town.
Okay.
Remember, we have disadvantage on social interactions.
Right, I'm
yeah.
going to do it anyway.
Okay.
So who is in charge here?
I might try to look it up, but I'll say there's some council for now. I know it's not Kingdale. He's got his own city he built.
Okay, so what do I roll? Traditions first?
Yep.
And I have disadvantage on that, right?
Mm-hmm. No problem. Lonely Mountain Region guide. That looks possible.
Got an 8.
Yeah, you don't know who's in charge either, and you got misdirected to some merchants. Someone misunderstood what you were asking, and you ended up in a merchant guild, where you didn't make a very good impression.
Well, giving up on this then. I don't know who's in charge. As far as I can tell, they don't know who's in charge, so...
I'm going to use mine to look for the herbs in this area, if that's okay.
Sure.
9.
You find one more white lily. I don't even know that they grow in lakes, but we'll say you find one. And
Nice.
that's where these things are.
Thank you.
The master of Lake Town. I see that person mentioned. No name that I found yet.
Does anyone need... I can make something with the water lilies to gain the advantage of a long rest while taking a short rest, provided that the hero also gets a good night's sleep.
Thankfully, I just actually hit the level where what used to be a long rest is now only a short rest, so I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
I
Cool.
can't think of anything I have that comes back with a long rest.
In that case, I will save it for its real use. Do I need to make a roll to make a potion out of these things? Out of this ingredient? Water lily?
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with your class feature.
No, this is just I'm an herbalist.
Yeah.
And just to use the natural water lily, we
I don't
found.
think you need.
No, I don't.
No.
Okay, cool.
That's everyone's action for their fellowship.
Yep. So other than that, I'm just doing the usual thing of telling tales, exploring. That works. And eventually, they get to the end of summer, and they finish the commission. I don't know if anything they want to interrupt with. We can go pick it up.
What exactly is it? It was...
Yep, it's a bejeweled helm. It's a magnificent steel helm inlaid with gold, made after the fashion of the Northmen. It's carved with images of heroes, and 2 golden trees grow on the cheek guards, their branches twining overhead in an arc over the brow of the wearer. Mounted directly above the brow is a glittering green gem, and its crest is made of fine horsehair. It's worth dozens of gold pieces or more.
Fancy.
People are saying pretty much what we figured for asking around. The easiest route to East Bight is to find a boat that navigates the running river, take that as far as you can, and then follow the eaves of Mirkwood to the south. The overall journey has a peril rating of 2.
Time to get on the boat.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds good. Does it cost anything?
Yeah, it's going to cost us 10 silver a piece if we go at the standard rates, unless someone wants to negotiate. It'll be 10 silver total just to hitch a ride on a merchant boat.
I have 1 copper to my name.
We spent the stuff we were given by Prodigy.
I ended up increasing my holding, but I can sell some Athala. Maybe let me see what
I
that.
got that. I got a lot of silver.
10 total, not 10 each.
Oh.
Oh,
I still only have 1 copper to my name, though.
All right, so it's 2.5 silver apiece, assuming the dog doesn't count.
Yeah, I'm going to try to persuade them that we can work as extra guards to avoid the fee, although I still got disadvantage from that since I haven't passed any social interaction.
Well, I can. I might be able to do better because I've got my sword cancels the disadvantage.
give you a bonus.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to persuade the guards that we're mighty warriors and we can pull our weight guarding the ship and they don't need to charge us. $19.
Yeah, and since you pass it, you don't have that penalty anymore. I think it's per person, right?
Yeah, which doesn't really matter because we're leaving anyway.
Yep, we're about to do another journey. So, yep, pretty convinced seeing our gear and some of our stories. Yeah, I'm still going to charge you 1 silver for food and stuff, but I won't charge you anything beyond that if you'll do some basic guard work because you're not going to stay for the whole journey anyway. I still need to hire regular guards.
Okay, so 1 silver. So all right, 4 copper apiece from the 3 of us who have money.
Got it.
Sure.
Did we have to pay for accommodations while we were here?
I mean, you could if you wanted a higher standard of living, or you could just camp outside the town, or probably what
Camping out outside of town for weeks sounds like it would suck.
That's what I'm used
to. It's kind
to.
of whatever it's used to. Yep, it's all standard of living.
Yeah, well, I'm used to a prosperous standard of living, so I would not have done this if I had a choice.
It's like for us, camping is
how much were you willing to pay, and I can tell you what kind of accommodations you can get from that. What you're looking for. I don't remember what it says in the guide about what it generally costs, but if you just wanted pretty good hotel for the few weeks, probably going to run you for the few weeks 10 silver. You just want a kind of cheapish hotel you can get by with just a couple silver.
I guess I'll take the cheap hotel. I'll rough it.
I don't really care if that.
I guess I would feel a little bad sleeping in a fancy hotel if other people were outside.
It's actually where I'm most comfortable.
I'm generally of the Lord Master philosophy that I'd rather be quick than right.
So how much silver?
Yep, 2. Okay. Oh, sorry, I missed. Did you say something else? Change your mind?
No, cheap hotel.
Cheap hotel, 2 silver. Yep. And we get another departure roll.
Woohoo!
Don't fuck it up this time.
If your bonus flat, no changes to it this time.
12. Auspicious beginnings again.
That's about all you ever roll.
Yeah,
it's an 11.
Wait,
before, but,
we're not subtracting the terrain.
I believe with the terrain difficulty of 2, isn't that no penalty? I think it's like a bonus of 1 for 1.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to look it up. That was what my memory was saying.
I thought you just subtracted the peril rating or something.
I think you're right. Somehow in the sample one, that's what I have in my rules that I wrote down, but somehow in the sample one there's a bonus. That might have been something special. So yeah, it looks like minus peril rating to 2. Yep.
So 10. Which is hidden from shadow. Though agents of the shadow roam far and wide, and dangers may be found anywhere in Middle-earth, the guide has wisely chosen a path that will conceal the company from the attention of all but the most determined and alert of foes.
Hiding in a boat.
Yes. In addition, the company... No one would think to look for us there. In addition, the company seems more aware of their own surroundings and will likely spy out both trouble and opportunities upon the path. As a result, modify all results on the journey event table by +1, and the first roll during each encounter, may be made with advantage.
All right, so we've painted the sails camouflage or something, or just a tree.
Okay, so we're on the boat for a while, and one of the other guards that's hired for the full journey starts trying to get Ethel to drink one night and starts trying to cause a bit of trouble. He's insisting that we scam this guy, and we're just simple passengers. Couldn't even pull their weight if anything did happen. He's a little drunk. He's going, half your group is girls. You're wearing daddy's armor there, but I don't think you're going to fool anyone.
All right, I think it's time for me to put a stop to this.
How are you going to put a stop to it?
I'm going to try to intimidate him. So, you're going to want to sit down there, friend, before you say something you're really going to regret.
Okay, remember, intimidating people can get you shadow.
Well, I haven't it's violently threatening someone that gets you
Yep.
shadow, right?
Just be careful with how you do it. You're towing the line at this point. If it goes too far, I'm just reminding you. Yeah, it might have worked if you had more sober, but his friends are trying to pull him back at this point now. They seem a little wiser, but he's not backing down just yet. He's taken a little back by your force. But Kitty's got some claws, huh? Well, I never said you couldn't talk like you could fight. You obviously convinced our boss, but I still haven't seen anything to indicate you actually can.
So let's see. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out my shield, and I'm gonna start pointing to each and every scratch and dent in the shield, and start telling how they got there and what foes I have slain.
I'll give you advantage on this. I'm throwing in stuff about the great stories and the trolls and stuff. I love a tale.
So what is this performance? Maybe.
Yeah, if you want to make it a performance, that works. Yep. Although I don't think I can I can't officially give you advantage on that.
Oh well, I might have done something else then. So what can you give me
I don't
advantage
think
on?
I can give you much advantage on much useful. No, I was trying to help out, but I can't officially give you advantage.
Would it be like, actually, I got nothing. Unless your feats are somehow legendary enough to be in the histories.
Oh, I guess that depends on what Radagast has been telling people.
I mean, I know what they are. They're pretty impressive. I'm not.
I might say that
not writing a history
my
about it.
specialty is storytelling. We're telling stories, so might seem a little cheesy with my own character. I'm gonna say I can give you advantage. Although it doesn't matter since you wrote your higher ones first. Yep.
Well, that didn't work.
But his friends are getting him under control. If you're not going to let him press it further. If you're willing to just let it drop, you haven't convinced him of anything that he's not going to bother you any further, at least tonight.
Yeah, I'll leave him alone.
I remember his face.
Anyway, we weren't on the boat for much longer anyway. He, when he's sober, he's didn't bother you too much. There's another night maybe where he let a couple snide comments go and he got to drinking, but there's no major issues. And in the group, unless someone disagrees, we really wanted to do something, just ignores them until we get off the boat.
I mean, it's not my job to do shit.
I was trying to come up with something to use my webs of deceit with them just because it's new, but I'm not coming up with anything.
Now on the road and himself. The ranger cell, they just copy and paste stuff over. Probably actually on the road.
Guess I'd be in front. Now, would the lookout or the scout be the one in front?
Anyway, looks like Everett has a role to make. Survival check. Oh yeah. Everett finally rolls good. So, guys, I think it's a little odd, but there's this raven that's just been following us for like the last couple of days, heading south on the road after leaving the ship and going for a couple of days. And I mentioned this. This great, pretty weird behavior for a bird. They don't usually follow you this long.
Could be Radagast.
Aren't ravens the eyes of the dark of the shadow? Or am I
You may be
misremembering that?
mixing in some. I think there's something like that with Wheel of Time, but I don't remember that with Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
Well, I think in Lord of the Rings, I think it was Saruman was commanding the ravens.
Ah, yeah, that's it.
So yeah, I just assume it's Radagast.
Can
Can I
Radagast
do
turn
it?
himself? I'm not adding character. Can Radagast turn himself into a bird?
Well, it might be one of Radagast's friends. He has to take a look out for us.
Wouldn't put it past him, though.
I think it's odd.
I'm going to try to observe it as well now that you've pointed it out. I'm trained in nature, animal handling, whatever. If either of one of those help,
Team it.
just to observe it and
Yeah, now the okay, and the lookout can now make a perception check with advantage.
23.
Yeah, possibly an edge because of what I was pointing out. You were being extra watchful, but looks like you didn't even need it. You were doing a good job overall. So you see signs of people hiding in the woods up ahead and think there might be an ambush.
So, just a question: Are we carrying the helm, or is there nobody else with us?
Yeah, basically we got hired. We're just doing it ourselves.
Okay, I guess we should decide who's carrying it.
I vote for the person with the sword.
I vote for the person with the magic armor or the well-crafted armor.
All right, I'll carry the helm.
Is there a way to avoid these people, or
You spotted them, but we're pretty close. We could try to go away, but they can. You're pretty sure they can see us.
okay?
You
What do they look like?
can't see them that clearly yet, but they're definitely people in the woods.
Okay. But we can't tell if they're human or orc or.
Human, you're pretty clear on that. But anyway, at this point, they notice the odd behavior and they realize they've probably been spotted, and they come out. So, you can roll initiative. Hand over that. One of they definitely look like brigands of some sort. One of them, a guy, comes out of the wood and tells you to hand over the crown if you want to, and they'll let you go. He says, "All you want is the crown. We can skip this whole fighting. I know you were just hired sellswords anyway, so cut your losses and drop the helm and leave."
You must have the wrong group, friend. None of us are carrying a crown.
I wish I had a crown.
I say loudly under my breath, although some of us act like they have one.
Uh-oh.
You see a raven that had been following go down and land on the shoulder of the woman in the back. Says, "No, my friend here definitely spotted your crown, and we heard all about your plans. We don't believe you can fool us."
It sounds like we have an irreconcilable conflict of interest.
If we were sellswords with a crown, wouldn't we be actually invested in completing our mission and, being known as people who don't fail? Just saying.
Doesn't look like we're going to take the easy way, boys. Let's deal with them. Take the crown ourselves. It's the hound's turn.
All right. Do these guys have bows?
Yep, you can see them. They've got short bows, and you see some spears on some of them too.
Okay. I will take a shot at this one here. Let's see, I'll move over here. First roll of every encounter gets advantage, right? So, advantage.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't know if that counts to combat.
Okay.
Say no.
Okay. 18.
Yep. Which one are you firing at? It hits. I just want to make sure of that. Okay. Yep.
6 piercing. And that's my turn.
And the guy who was talking to you peeks out to shoots an arrow at Bill.
Boy, poor old Bill.
Oh, you think he's shooting at Bill, but you're not entirely sure because it falls kind of in the general area. Might have been aiming for someone else.
Well, I mean, technically we did shoot first. But, you know.
The woman in the back backs up further while shouting at, "Take care of them." And it's Bill's turn.
Hey, buddy. Gonna attack you with a great spear. No advantage, though.
It's
Boom. Max damage.
he grunts pretty loudly, glares at you.
And if I can go back in time real quick, can I say I used my Song of Slaying before I left?
Sure.
So everyone gets a d4 on their next attack.
Oh, I didn't roll myself. Like, how did I do so bad?
You did so bad you went before everyone.
I'll just put myself in the next spot. We'll say I'm going now. And move up to there. And shoot at the one that the hound hit. Okay, for 7 piercing damage.
Okay, so I pull out my sword and I attack this guy that's next to me.
Yeah.
12 damage.
Yep, that hits.
And I attack him again. So I mean 18 hits for another 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I action surge and hit him again.
Yeah, he's pretty badly wounded.
Does a 12 hit?
It does. Oh, wait, no, sorry. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
I was going to say.
Attack number 4.
25 does hit. Yep. And you kill him.
Non-lethal damage.
Thank you. I was going to suggest that.
My character has never killed anyone. I'm trying to keep it that way for as long as possible.
Avi's going to go for the one that we've been shooting at. 22.
Yep, that hits.
5 piercing damage. Then a DC 11 savings throw if he's not dead.
He's not. He's reasonably wounded, but not on death's door or anything.
Shakes off the dog.
Okay, the outlaw that no one's dealing with is going to shoot an arrow at Lady Tolthriel there. So you kill his friend. I'll get revenge for Fred.
Fred's not
Brave.
dead.
He doesn't know that yet. As soon as he saw Fred go down.
That was a perfect line from Pulp Fiction. Who's Fred? Fred's dead, baby.
And misses. Yeah, this one's going to pull out a spear and try to stab the dog. 15
That hits.
for 5 piercing damage.
Oh.
Talkative guy is going to take a spear and go after Bill.
No. That hits.
Wait, doesn't he go after the hound?
Oh, yes, he does. The hound. You go. I
Woohoo!
thought about rolling him with the outlaws and then gave him his own. Forgot I did that.
I'm going to shoot the guy who speared my dog.
Okay.
8. Actually, I'm going to miss the guy who shot my dog.
And now we have a spear. For 5 piercing damage to Bill.
No.
I think the guide is very generous on their challenge ratings for some of this stuff. I try to follow what they say. It always ends up a lot easier than I would expect. I have to plan these stuff out to be a little harder.
I'm fine with you going a little crazier.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a while since I took damage.
The girl's still standing in the back watching. No, it's Bill's turn.
Mama said knock you out. Great spear attack. 17.
That hits.
For only 4 piercing damage this time.
Yeah.
And then I still have 1 Warden's Gift left for the day. Lady Tolthrail, do you want a gift?
Sure, go ahead.
But you can use it on damage if you want to just only attack once on one dude, I guess. But here you go. Have a gift.
I think it's got partial cover. I'm going to shoot at the one with the dog. Leave the dog alone for 13 damage. Into the gut, and he's almost dead. Lady Tolthrail.
I'm going after the one who shot at me. And I'll use the gift die. 17 damage.
Yep.
And I swing at him again. Another 7 damage.
Pretty badly wounded at this point.
Yeah, it's my turn.
And Avia.
Avia's going for the bite. Going for the jugular. 18.
It's Avia trying to be non-lethal.
Nah, Avia doesn't do non-lethal.
And then Avia rips out his throat.
Okay, and then Avia will move.
Shit.
First Fred and now Barry. Stupid dog. I'm going to try to stab the dog now with his spear. 13.
That misses.
Hound.
You trying to spear my dog? Short bow. Oh, man.
Yeah, this guy doesn't like how it's looking. He's going to take one spear attack at Bill, but seems half-hearted, and then make a run for it, taking an opportunity attack.
Hey. Do I knock him out yet?
Yeah, he's still in pretty good shape.
Damn it. Can't wait until level 7, 2 attacks.
Yeah, the girl dashes off and flanks into the forest. He's off screen. Bill's turn.
I mean, it's probably bad as a person of good to chase a fleeing combatant, right?
They're brigands.
So I could do it, and the guys are bringing them to justice. Good call. I have a movement that lets me get up to him and hit him with my spear. Hopefully. Nope.
And you missed.
And I'm out of bonus action, so I'm just gonna keep glaring at him.
I'm going to aim for a non-lethal arrow at this guy here.
I don't think you can do that.
I made up that homebrew last time.
Okay.
Armor class is considered too higher.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that now.
But if you would have hit without the bonus, and it could be lethal. It still hits, but it would potentially be lethal. There's still a chance you'll kill me if you don't want to. crit.
Oh man, a crit from a thief, or I'm sorry, a burglar.
Yeah.
But from a non-lethal arrow, what is that? Is this literally the boxing glove arrow from Green Arrow?
In his leg. This one just like right through his leg and pinned him to the ground.
Can you put it through his knee instead, and then it can be Skyrim?
Sure. Through his knee and pinned into the ground. He's into the tree. He's pinned to the tree. Through his knee.
He's probably never gonna walk again.
But it's not lethal.
Yeah, he's not dead.
Can't do much with a not lethal arrow.
36.
That's probably why it's not in the core rules.
Just got to start rolling for
Yeah, but
amputations
in
and
the rolls you can do non-lethal with the Morning Star.
Oh,
I guess you could hit them with the handle.
I took the arrowhead off and just shot him with a stick.
still went through his knee. That somehow feels like it hurts worse. Now he's got all the splinters in his leg.
And Lady Tolthriel.
Okay. So I can catch up to this guy. Okay. Attack with my sword. Critically miss. Let's try that again. Much better. 13 damage.
Yep, that hits. He's pretty badly wounded.
That's all I can do.
Oh, yeah.
Avia sees a guy running. What do dogs do when they see a guy running? 7, they miss.
Down.
All right, that looks like at this, what is that, partial cover shooting through friends?
Yeah.
I'll move up to here.
Half cover, I think it is.
Half cover, so it's a +2 to his armor class?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll shoot him from here. Or try.
He's lethal or non-lethal?
I'll go non-lethal. 25.
That's
8 piercing.
he's still up. He's just going to dash. There's going to be 3 opportunity attacks. He's badly wounded, and he's just panicking. It's probably going to take him out between the 3 of you, but we'll see. Yeah, it hits. Yeah, he's down.
Okay.
you got to see how many people hit him before he goes down. Non-lethal.
But
The
yeah,
dog hit. He
the
still
dog
died.
would. Yes, I was going to say if the dog bites, he's going to die. Maybe 5.
If we say that that Lady Tolthriel got the first hit, then he went down for the and finished him off.
Mm.
A ragdoll.
Well, it looks like Bill got the first hit.
Oh yeah. Well, whoever did, yep. We'll roll for it. Who went first?
We roll first.
1 and D3. If it's a 3, the hound got the first attack. Nope. He was knocked out, and the hound finished it. Avia did, I mean. He's a hound.
Yeah, the hound's hound. The hound's hound thought he was a ragdoll.
So we have 2 prisoners.
Yep, 2 prisoners and
Fred and
2
Fred's
guys.
buddy.
And 1 person fleeing with a crow.
Yep. It was out of sight by this point. You can try to give chase if you really want to.
Probably long gone by now.
Especially since we have theoretically dying dead people to take care of.
I'm going to collect my arrows.
Yeah. Maybe treat the guys.
My guy's first, though. Healing hand. I think you could use a healing hand, right, Bill?
I'm only down 5 hit points. So same as your pup.
Okay.
Who do you like more?
I have 5 of them, so I'll do both.
Does it mean we multiply it if we're doing it for 10 minutes or so?
If we wait for 10 minutes, yeah, I could do that as well. But my minimum heal is 6 hit points
Oh, okay.
without it.
Yeah. These seem to be common brigands. I don't think we're going to learn much of use to them. I say we treat them so they don't die and leave them to their own devices.
We can at least see if who they heard about the helm from.
We haven't been flaunting it. And then I look at the silent one and say, have we? Anyone been telling anyone about that they shouldn't?
I don't know. I don't particularly recall going into too much details. Some of that Lake Town drink can be pretty strong, though. No.
And obviously, it's not like I was wearing the helm.
Too
It would
close
have been
to
in the
dwarven
bag.
territory, probably.
Don't forget to heal up, Bill.
Don't get
That's
temporary hit
the
points
new
or anything
question. They don't hide much. They admit that people in East Bight were all they're talking about, and then we heard about it. We sent some people up to Lake Town and kept an eye on the guy making it. It was too well guarded there, especially in the middle of the city, but we're able to see you pick it up and send word.
And we were supposed to be hidden from the shadow, too.
All but the most observant, I believe, or something like that.
Guess that's them.
Yep.
So who are your buddies there who are in charge? What's their deal?
We're just simple. We're trying to make a buck. We kind of just a group of guys. We out trying to get some money to stay alive.
You don't look like just a group of guys. I mean, you two are just a couple of guys, but those two look like they had a plan. Your average brigand does not travel with some woman with a raven spy.
Yeah, she's not an ordinary woman.
I'm waiting.
You really care that much about Valdis?
All right, that's a name. Keep going.
Well, I don't know why you care, but it's not like it's any big secret. She'll talk your ear off about it if you give her half a chance. She's actually from the line of Girion. The way she tells it, she's got a better right to the throne than King Bard does. He stole it from her.
Okay, so that explains this crown business.
Honestly, I think she just wanted to sell it. She doesn't like Bard, but they're mostly in it for the money.
Where do they live?
Mostly we move around the Mirkwood, various places.
Where were you planning to go after you stole the crown from us?
I don't know. Give it to some fencer, probably. There's enough places you can go to sell something like that. That's not my part. I just do muscle work.
Anybody else have questions for them?
No, I don't think so.
I don't either.
Although I recommend you stick clear of Valdis in the future. That was her man there that your dog just killed.
Okay, and I break their weapons so they don't go around menacing anybody else.
Okay.
So I guess we just leave them here?
I guess.
Yes.
Yep, I agree. So I'm just pointing out it is 9:30. If everyone's fine to continue, I'm fine with finishing off this adventure, but I didn't want to drag people into it. They don't want to.
I'm fine if we stop here. Getting a little tired.
Yeah, someone might be. And that's a decent enough stopping point. We'll finish the adventure next week, if everyone's available next week.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Good night, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Yep.
Night.
Good night.
That was really fun, by the way.
Yeah, good time.
I'll try to make
Nice.
the fight a little harder, but yep. Other than that,
And you left me with a question I'll have to ask you next time.
oh, what's that?
I meant Colin.
Oh, Colin.
He said something under he said something under his breath, but we all heard it. So I was curious about who he thinks they have a crown.
Probably me. All right. Talk to you later.
All right, later.